Minister institutes raft of measures to improve operations at Petrojam. Instructs the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority to be efficient in service delivery and breaks ground for the newest NHT housing development in Trelawney. These and other stories in today's Jamaica House Weekly. Prime Minister Andrew Holness assumed responsibility for the energy portfolio on July 4, and on July 9, he updated Parliament on the immediate actions being taken to safeguard the viability of state-owned refinery Petrojam. Included in the interventions is the formation of a committee to undertake a strategic review of Petrojam's management and operational structure. The committee is to be chaired by businessman Christopher Zaka. Other members are to be named this week. An acting general manager has been appointed by the new Petrojam board. Mr. Holness, through the cabinet secretary and permanent secretary, will now have to approve travel for public officials. And future submissions for board approvals must disclose their residency status. Only cabinet can approve sole source retainer contracts. And all retainer contracts must be included in annual reports. As for long-term measures, the Ministry of Finance is to update its procurement policy requirement and propose amendments to the Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act. The Finance Ministry will also establish ceilings for donations approved by boards, the number of times a single applicant benefits, as well as create a uniformed application and approval process.
If the entity wishes to make donations above the ceiling, then such donations should be channeled to a grant-making agency of the government, whose mandates support the evaluation, approval, monitoring, and securing value for purpose from the funds granted.
Entities funded by the Consolidated Fund are no longer allowed to make budgetary allocations for corporate social responsibility and donations, except for human resource matters.
Whatever issues are raised, the government will act to address them. This government has nothing to hide, and we are not shielding anyone, and we are not covering up anything.
Earlier in the day, Mr. Holness was moved to give a personal donation to the family of 14-year-old Taj Rowe. Taj, who suffers from brain damage, currently has a 13-year-old court case being appealed by the state. During Tuesday's visit, the Prime Minister promised that the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice would examine and give special attention to the case.
There is a sense that has to be built in this society that we care for persons who are marginalized, less fortunate, vulnerable. And so the state bureaucracy has to follow the law and has to try and perfect the law almost. And the Attorney General's department has that duty, and they are following that. But it can't be to the expense of compassion. And I have that duty to give a direction to the state that we must be compassionate and caring about our citizens, and I have to lead by example in that regard.
By Wednesday, Prime Minister Holness witnessed the official opening of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority. Mr. Holness challenged the authority to be effective and efficient in processing and approving business applications it receives. This, he says, should be executed using technology and other available resources.
As we evolve as a society, as we develop as a country, a part of that development must be the change in our bureaucratic culture. Bureaucracy is not bad, but bureaucracy doesn't mean that the thing must take 10 days if it can take 1.
The authority is tasked with implementing the Global Logistics Hub Initiative and regulating special economic zones. Some 480 direct and indirect jobs are expected from investment valued at $28 billion on 4,000 hectares of land designated as special economic zones. Already, 104 companies have received special economic zone status, allowing them to access fiscal incentives, including tax breaks. On Thursday, the Prime Minister was in Trelawney, where he broke ground for the Windsor Hills housing development. The National Housing Trust will be providing 212 serviced lots, 64 of which will be going towards the Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings Limited through a land swap agreement. Mr. Holness said 2 other housing developments, Granville and Dry Valley, are planned for Trelawney. That and other developments, he said, will help to push the NHT past its 22,000 target by 2021 to 23,354 units. And while at Thursday's groundbreaking, Mr. Holness announced that his cabinet would be undergoing good governance training. He says this will ensure that ministers are clear on their roles in providing proper oversight to government bodies under their control.
Our government must be strong. Our government must stand visibly and demonstrably in support of transparency, of good governance, with a firm stance against corruption.
Back in Kingston on Friday, Prime Minister Holness participated in a staff meeting at Petrojam.
My role is to ensure that you get the appropriate policy direction and ultimately to ensure that there is good management of the organization.
There he assured staff members of his commitment to implementing measures that will maintain the oil refinery's viability, safeguard jobs and the island's energy security. Mr. Holness said the entity topped his list of priorities and would be given special attention over the next few months. Petrojam staff members were also told that the planned management and operational review would be completed by November.
The strategic review is going to help me to point in the right direction. Having a strong board is going to ensure that the direction is executed properly. And having the right management is going to make sure that we meet all the steps along the way towards reaching the direction.
And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.